Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Dude's name's CD. You see that?
Yeah.
Like they were doing the alphabet. Just said, yeah, fuck it, CD.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Jake Friel, Kyle Meager, Ralph DeVecchio on the ones and twos. Special guest Brian Wilson from Agree to Disagree and the Morning Wood.
I can't even hear anything. I don't know what's going on over here.
Might have to turn me down a little bit.
Yeah.
But got a lot to talk about today. Going to be breaking down the Eagles versus Jets. Also going to be previewing the Eagles versus Vikings game, which is going to be, I think, a real important game for the Eagles on this 3-game road trip. Going to give our NFL Week 6 picks and going to be talking about a lot of Philly sports throughout the week. Phillies, Sixers, Flyers. Just going to cover it all.
Let's do it.
We're also brought to you by our certified public accountants, Gimson Mayer LLC. Our certified public accountants make them yours, located at 301 Oxford Valley Road, Yardley, PA. 215-369-3300. That number again is 215-369-3300. Also, our poll question with this Eagles 3-game road trip, the Eagles will win 3 straight. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. I mean, I have us winning against Minnesota and the Dallas Cowboys, have us losing in Buffalo.
Okay.
I think Buffalo, they're playing really well on defense this year. The quarterback situation is kind of up in the air, but at the same time, it looks like they're finally circling the wagons, so we'll see what happens there. But it would be nice to win 3 straight. I just don't see it happening because it's very tough to do in the NFL. But tomorrow's a big test for us because if we could pressure Kirk Cousins, we're going to win this game by 14 points.
Yeah, and history has shown he doesn't do well in big primetime games.
No.
I don't think he's ever won a big game in his life.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's tough to predict this game because you really don't know how it's going to go. We have the worst secondary in the league. We have Craig James, Rasul Douglas, and
Sidney Jones
starting. So, I don't know. This one's tough to predict, but at the same time, it could go either way, honestly. You know, they can win by 14. We can win by 14. Obviously, it would be nice if we could win, but is it a must-win game?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. What do you think?
It's almost a trap game.
Yeah.
But if it was at home, it'd be more of a trap game. Since we're on the road, you kind of get pumped up. But, obviously next week, it's our biggest division game of the year at Dallas.
Right.
Probably our toughest division game of the year.
Yep.
So, and you hope that you're not looking past Minnesota here.
Right.
But because we're on the road, I don't think we will be. And this is a team that we can beat. Now, don't get me wrong. They're a good team. They have a very good defense. Extremely good rushing defense. And you got to stop Dalvin. I think if you stop Dalvin and you get pressure on Kirk, you win this game.
Make them one-dimensional, yeah.
Absolutely. Like we said, I don't trust Kirk Cousins to beat us because I just think that if you put it on his shoulders, he always comes up short.
Right.
So I'm looking for the Eagles to win. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be relatively low scoring. And I'm looking like a 24-20 game.
Okay.
24-20?
I just think, I do agree, I would disagree with the poll just because I think it's so tough to win 3 straight on the road.
Yeah.
And I hope to God that we do, the one that we lose is Buffalo because I'd rather lose
Out
an
of conference.
AFC game. Yeah, that's fine. So, but I would love to. I think we can win all 3.
Right.
It's going to be really tough to win all 3.
Yeah. I'll be in Dallas next week, so that should be interesting there. But, I just – I don't know. Like 3 straight on the road, like he was just saying. I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
but it would be nice.
That'd be great.
It would be great.
Yeah. If we do, then we're looking like we could be like a 12-14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think our offense has looked a little bit stale at times. We need that one playmaker that opens up the field, and right now it's just the ball's not really moving well. Carson Wentz looks good, but at the same time, it's like he's trying to figure out how to get back to that 2017 form, and I just haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen him break open that wide open play where he creates separation for all these players down the field. He gives them time to open up, and I just feel like he's forcing the ball down the field sometimes. And I don't know. I mean, I've been watching the same guy for the last 2 years, and the guy from 2017 is just he's not far away, but it just seems like it's still taking a little bit of time to get back to that.
Well, also with that conversation, we're 3 or 4 drop passes away from completely flipping that conversation.
Aguilar,
Yeah, Aguilar, Arcega-Whiteside, who is literally on a milk carton. We haven't seen him for –
I don't think since that Lions game.
Yeah, since the Lions game we haven't seen him, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, no.
But to the poll question, I disagree. Realistically, I think we can go 2-1. If we lose to Buffalo, that's fine.
Oh.
I'm not really worried about it. The Dallas game, like Brian said, is going to be huge. I think the Packers kind of gave us a blueprint on how to beat them. Mm-hmm. And for at least from what I'm seeing, Ezekiel Elliott just isn't the same this year. I don't know what it is.
You know what he looks? He looks slow.
Yeah, he looks slow.
He looks like he's not in football shape. And I know he sat out for a long time. You would think at this point he'd be in football shape, but he doesn't look like he has the burst that he used to have.
Right.
And he's still a tough runner, and he's a physical runner, and he'll get you small yards, but he hasn't broken anything.
No, he hasn't done anything major yet.
To me, it looks like a guy that just got paid. You know, it's someone that gets paid and stops playing. That's just what it looks like to me. I mean, I've taken him in FanDuel like 3 straight weeks. He's done me jack shit. So, and I thought against Green Bay, you know, I think they have one of the worst run defenses in the league, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, they were down 31-3 at one point in that game. You know, it was ridiculous.
I don't know what they tried doing in that game. You would think that they would look at us at how we ran all over Green Bay and be like, that's what we got to do.
Ball.
And they didn't even do it. They were trying to throw the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm not a big everyone thinks Kellen Moore is like this new innovator. I don't at all.
Yeah. No, not at all. And Jason Garrett's just a puppet. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he's an
that's all he
absolute
is.
puppet.
That's all he is.
Jerry Jones' hand's been up his ass for years.
yeah, literally making him talk and everything.
Yeah.
It's the only reason he's still there.
Yeah, pretty
Really.
much.
Yeah, he's a yes man. You know,
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. Well,
I just hope
don't
that we
hate
can,
it, but
the problem, and you're going to be there, which is great. But I really just hope that we can. I know we're looking at Minnesota. We don't want to look ahead, but we need this game next week. That's why I almost think like this one's going to be even tougher because it's almost like an overlook game, and we don't need it in the sense that it's going to hurt our season if we lose it. It's just that we need to beat Dallas because we
need
haven't
the Dallas
beaten them.
game, yeah.
We haven't beaten them in almost 3 years now, and we need to fucking beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like a psyche thing, you know what I mean? And to take control of the division, we need to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Dak owns us right now.
Yeah, he
Right
does.
now.
He
I
really
hate to
does.
say it, but he does.
Yeah. It sucks. I want Carson Wentz to go back to that what was it, 38-9 game? Like 2017. That was awesome.
Well, remember that first half we didn't do anything,
That was
and
brutal.
then the second half we just
yeah, it was like
went off.
9-7 at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just went off.
I think the second half opened with Ajayi going like 65 down
Yeah.
the sideline, but then he got caught from behind. Everyone was making fun of him.
Yeah, 'cause he's so slow.
Yeah, because he's slow, yeah.
I like that Ajayi, though. He was a good player.
Yeah, he
we
was.
kind of had that same dynamic in the backfield now that we had that year, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love Jordan Howard. Just keep feeding the guy.
It's about time they made him the feature.
Yeah.
You know, Miles Sanders, I think he's going to be something one day, but
Yeah, he will. He's young.
yeah, but you know what? I feel like they're playing him wrong. You know,
He's starting to catch some balls out of the backfield, which I
Yeah.
like to see.
Yeah.
And he is dynamic. He's more explosive than
Jordan Howard, yeah.
So you would try to get him in space.
Right.
Hopefully they just keep trying to get him in space. He seems too on regular run plays. He looks too pitter patterish to me. He
Yeah.
can't make
Yeah.
up his mind too
Right.
much. I'd rather just see him hit the hole. Just hit it and hit it hard.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Now, honestly, I and we made a post about it earlier this week about the Eagles possibly maybe considered re-signing Jordan Howard before the season's over. I'd like to see it. Me personally, I'd like to see it, especially now if you can get him pretty cheap.
I still want Melvin Gordon. I mean, that's always my guy.
Yeah, but since he's come back, he hasn't really done much either. So it's kind of
It's the same thing as Ezekiel too, though. I think they're kind of he
Out of
was
shape.
a little out of shape. They're like working him back in.
yeah.
Plus, Austin Eckler can play. So
He can.
Yeah, he
he's,
can.
He's pretty awesome. I've actually used him in FanDuel. He got me some points, too. So, I mean, I feel like they're using him a little bit more than Melvin Gordon right now because he's been fresh. He's
Absolutely.
been raised. So, I mean,
Yep.
you know, that's just one thing out there.
I think that'll switch as the year progresses. I think Melvin's going to end up getting more touches than him, but I think if you have Austin Eckler in fantasy, you can still keep playing him.
Yeah.
Because I expect him to still
Yeah.
get 10 to 15 touches almost every game.
Exactly. Yeah, like players like Will Fuller I have on my bench last week. He gets me fucking 42
I know.
points.
And I'm in a league where it's like everything's jacked up, so you get like bonuses for long TDs and
Yeah.
big yards. He had like 63 points. What the fuck?
on the bench.
And no, like, dude played him against me. Like, first off, why are we playing Will Fuller?
Yep.
It's probably the first time I played him all year. He probably had somebody on bye. I didn't even look, but I was just upset. Like, 62 points, Will Fuller, really?
My team's 1-4. I didn't even know I played Golden Tate on Thursday. He did pretty well.
Yeah, he had that 60-something yard.
TD.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the Giants did it right, actually. I know we were making fun of him for a while, but Daniel Jones looks like he belongs.
He's a good. He looks like he's going to be something.
I think he'll be solid. I think if you're asking me right now, of the QBs that were taken in this past draft, who I think looks the best.
Right now, yeah.
And Haskins, I think, is not going to be good.
No, he's Captain Checkdown.
Yeah. I don't think Haskins is ever going to be good.
No.
Now, Kyler's explosive,
Eh.
but Kyler's so tiny. He's
He is
going
tiny.
to get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he stinks like Ralphie says, but
Who, Kyler Murray? He
but-
doesn't stink. Ralph's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he stinks. I just don't think he's the next big thing. And
I don't think he's going to be awesome, but I think he's going to be. I think he'll be a good player for them. I think injuries are going to happen because he's so tiny and he runs so much.
Right.
And even in his first year in the season, he's leading the league in sacks. So
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he runs around so much and tries to make plays.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've seen glimpses from him this year.
Oh, he's made some great plays, and they finally won their first game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Well, they have a chance to win this week too. I don't know who they play, but they play somebody beatable.
Yeah, they play who is it?
Is the Redskins?
I'll look it up. No, the Redskins play the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Trash Bowl.
That's right. Redskins, Dolphins.
I have the Redskins.
Yeah, Redskins are going to roll in that game. They're starting Keenum.
Yeah, I don't think people understand how bad the Dolphins are.
Oh, really bad.
Yeah, they're awful.
terrible.
I think that game.
The
I'd love to
Falcons.
see Falcons. Yeah, it's a winnable game.
It's winnable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we're the team that lost to them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're different. Even
We always play them
They
close.
played like shit this last
but they
week at
suck.
home, but they're different at home though than they are away. Away they're bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
At home, at least they score points. You think? And they lost. They had the dude. I can't think of his fucking name right now, but they had their safety or linebacker dude, that like combo guy, got hurt again. He played against us. He's a really good player, and he got hurt again, and he's out for the year again. So they're in shambles right now. Atlanta.
Well, they need to fire Dan Quinn is what they need to do.
They need to do a few things.
Yeah, they have to figure some things out.
I mean, if you choke away a 28-3 lead in the biggest game of your life, I mean, what are you going to go up from there? No, you're going to decline.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to happen. How do you lose that game?
Well, they just haven't been able to recover from the Super Bowl.
No.
They just haven't been able to since then.
No, and who would? I mean, it's 28-3 in the third quarter.
And you know what? I understand they probably don't have a great running back, but Devonta Freeman's solid.
Yeah, he's solid.
He's
not,
solid.
He's not great, but
He's solid though. But like, when do you start pointing to Matt Ryan and say you're not getting it done, Matt?
right.
Yeah.
Because really, if you look at their weapons, they got great weapons.
Yeah, Julio.
I mean, Julio's probably the best receiver in the league,
Hooper.
or arguably the best receiver in the league. Calvin Ridley can play. Mohamed Sanu can play.
Hooper.
And Hooper's catching balls. So, like, how are you not putting points up? Is what I
Right.
want to know.
Yeah.
Well, he's hit or miss. He's either an MVP.
I told you this is an odd year.
Yeah.
He's good on even years, not good on odd years. I don't know why that is. It's a fucking funny thing.
It's weird. But, yeah, Matt Ryan's iffy. Oh, shit. Yeah, Matt Ryan's iffy to me, so.
He is very iffy.
Yeah, exactly. But
Of course, he throws touchdowns against us, but
Right.
Oh, always. Sunday night, we never win there.
Well, like my thing with Matt Ryan, like I never thought he's good, he's solid, but he's not I don't think he's like a top tier quarterback like some analysts make him out to be.
well, people think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I mean his numbers say he probably will be, but to me, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. To me.
No, I mean he might get in
He'll
eventually,
get in.
but
Yeah, he'll get in. I mean, Eli Manning's getting in, so he'll get in.
Yeah.
So.
Eli, another guy that's not a first ballot to me, but he's going to be first ballot.
yeah, probably.
Well, 2 Super Bowl wins, and he's going to finish top 6 in everything, pretty much, right? He's like 6th or 7th on all the passing
It was
categories.
Keanu Neal.
Keanu Neal.
Keanu Neal, there
Yeah.
you go, yeah.
Yeah, I said Keanu.
He's a good player, though.
Yeah, he got hurt last year too. I
Yeah, he
think.
did, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
That
but
sucks.
yeah, whatever. As long as the Birds win, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, my only like real worry for the Vikings game itself is just for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Kirk Cousins always plays us well.
I said this
I
the other
don't
day.
know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, he
Granted, it was always the Redskins.
Yeah.
But,
he
but
won
he
4
has,
straight games.
He has always thrown well against us.
Yeah, he won 4 straight games against us at one point.
Yeah.
This Redskins tenure. So he's a guy that can dice you up at sometimes, slice and dice you up.
It's
So,
almost like a case of gotten paid thing, like you said earlier, because
Yeah.
he's me and Tom, I know for a fact, probably others as well, I liked that move by Minnesota. When
I
they
did
got
too.
him.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good move. I'm like, Kirk's a good player.
Yep.
And he's got weapons now, and he's regressed since he's
Yeah,
been
he
at
has.
Minnesota.
yeah.
So which is kind of weird to say.
Yeah.
They're missing DeFlippo right now for sure, because even last year, at least they threw the ball around. Like, I mean, Thielen had 100 catches, and Diggs probably had 95. So, and this year, I don't think Diggs is on a milk carton. Where's he at?
Yeah.
He's like bitching about the team. Who knows?
It just
what's going
seems
on
like
over there.
ever since Kirk Cousins threw that the baby gender thing to the ground,
Oh my God.
everything has went downhill. You ever see that video?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, there's
No.
a
it's-
question mark. There was a gender reveal for his kid, and he throws the ball. He throws the balloon all the way to the ground.
I'll pull it up. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like it's probably from like where you're sitting to that wall over there.
Yeah, and he throws to the ground.
It was bad.
That's spectacular.
What we got over on YouTube, Ralph?
So on YouTube, we got Povia saying, great show, fellas.
What's up, Rob?
Vester saying, afternoon, fellas.
What's up?
Rosker also coming in saying, what up, boys? Rams will
Dave?
win tomorrow. They play the 49ers.
No, hell no.
I actually like the Rams tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, actually.
Hell no.
I like the Rams
The
tomorrow.
Niners are good.
Niners
Yeah,
are
they're
good.
really good. Their
Yeah.
defensive front's
Dude, Bosa's a
insane.
stud.
Rams win tomorrow.
I
think
don't
so?
know.
I think what's it called is going to cause havoc tomorrow. Aaron Donald. The Rams need this game
Yeah, they
at
do.
home. Rams are going to win tomorrow. I
hope
actually
so.
agree. I agree with David, which is very rare.
Well,
Very true.
Roscoe's a regular on the show. I think the defensive front from the 49ers is just too much for. I mean, Goff gets the ball off quick. He does, but at the same time, it's kind of like that dorky little slant throw. Like
The California boy.
yeah, I mean, it's not
Great
San-
marketing plan.
San Fran was pumped up for that game.
Yeah, I mean they.
Now,
play
granted, they don't have to go far, but road games after Monday night wins, not a good thing.
No.
I mean, they just destroyed the best team on the planet Earth in the offseason, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I don't like Cleveland.
I don't either.
I hate them. I said from the get, I thought they were an 8-win team. I just don't. And mainly it's because you need a coach to win this league.
Baker-
Yeah,
Okay?
and they don't have a
Freddie
coach.
Kitchens
Baker
stinks.
stinks. Baker Mayfield stinks.
Well, you saw Freddie Kitchens on the 4th down and 9 doing the draw play. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it tells you everything about Freddie Kitchens.
I told you he should change his last name to
Who
Toilets.
is he? Like,
Freddie
Freddie
Toilets.
why did they hire him? Who is he?
No.
He was the QB coach, I think.
Then he
Before that,
got promoted
he's
to
never-
offensive coordinator.
He's never been a head coach for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
They're a 1-point underdog against Seattle tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a weird line.
That
too,
is
by
a
the
weird
way.
Yeah.
line.
John,
Are they at home?
Yeah,
yeah, they are.
yeah.
I kind of like Cleveland tomorrow too.
John
that's a
D.
weird one.
Casanova says on YouTube, he says, "What's up, boys? Someone no one is talking about. How would you feel about trading for Mohamed Sanu or a package deal of Xavier Howard and Devontae Parker?"
Well, the thing is with Sanu, he's a Rutgers pride, like obviously, so I'd obviously bring him in. But at the same time, yeah, it would help
He's
us.
getting old.
He's
Yeah.
getting a little old, you know.
He's
But
still a solid player though.
Yeah, he's still solid.
about
But trades don't happen, guys. Like
No.
Like maybe you trade maybe for one guy, but I see all these guys on Facebook and stuff
Making
talking
like a bunch of
talking like
different-
5-player trades. Go back and look in the NFL. I don't think there's ever been a 5-player trade ever in the history of the NFL. It does not happen. Now, we've seen the last couple of years have actually added a guy almost every year. We got Ajayi the one year.
In October,
We got Tate last year. So maybe
you gave up a 3rd-round pick.
maybe we could go and get somebody. But I don't even think – honestly, I don't even think we're going to make a trade.
No, because
I really don't.
Because our GM, in my opinion, stinks. Like I don't like Howie Roseman at all. Like I thought the Super Bowl was all Joe Douglas. That's just what I thought. But you know, at the same time, he's a cap guru. So if he wanted to get something done, he could get it done, which is how it is. But he's not doing anything. So
I don't think we need to, though. Kyle.
why?
Why do
Not
we need
yet.
to?
Yeah, but why?
But why? Why are you so afraid
But
that we have to get something done?
Because our offense looks so stale. You know,
I don't think it does
I'm
at
sitting
all.
at the Jets game last week. The
Yeah,
Jets
well,
are
the
terrible.
Jets, listen, what you don't understand about that game is the Jets had no chance to beat us. And
No chance.
And we knew that.
Literally
so we
none.
didn't do anything. We did nothing offensively purposely.
Yeah.
The Jets had Sam Darnold QB all week leading
Yeah.
up to the game, put the game plan in, and they didn't play.
Yeah.
So we knew this dude has no shot to beat us. They don't even have a game plan in place with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They have no shot to beat us. And once we get the 2 defensive touchdowns, we didn't even try
But-
offense.
but it wasn't
you
even-
can't judge that.
But it wasn't
That's all I'm
even.
saying.
It wasn't even that though. It was the undiscipline. It was the
No,
discipline.
Well, listen, I have an issue with the penalties.
Yeah.
And we had way too
What
many.
do we have?
last
Like
week.
10, 11?
We had way too
It was
many.
ridiculous.
It was something crazy, yeah.
I have a big issue with the penalties.
Yeah.
But I don't want to look at that game otherwise offensively just because we didn't try.
No.
We were just running the ball. Now, the Jets actually defense isn't terrible. And I love the fact that Darnold came back against the Cowboys. I would love the Jets to somehow
my
beat the
God.
Cowboys.
Yeah, but their
That'd be
offensive line
amazing.
stinks.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they're a much better team.
They're a
with
much
Darnold,
better.
though.
Yeah, they're a much better
That dude
team.
Falk has no idea.
Yeah,
what
he's
doing.
good. I mean, Sam Darnold's good, but he also
Darnold can throw.
he also
He
had
got
like
released,
a
by
life.
the way.
Yeah, he did.
He got released.
As he should.
Wait, who?
He stinks.
Luke Falk.
Luke Falk.
Got
Yeah, he
released.
sucks.
Yeah.
He's awful.
Like he lobs the ball in the air. Like
awful.
like how do you lose to that team with him in there?
And Ralphie said it last night too on the Philly Sports Guys. It was the most relaxed game I think
The fuck was that?
I have to agree. The most relaxed game I've watched in a while.
Oh my God! Well, as soon as we scored that defensive touchdown
after that pick
we go
six,
14-0,
yeah,
I said, "This game's over."
yeah, that's what I said.
I was cursing myself that I didn't use the Eagles' defense in more DraftKings lineups.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I use the Patriots every single week. I buy them for like 5,000 points every single week.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
have them in 2 fantasy leagues, and they've been carrying me. They might be my best player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
got
really
me
good.
28 on Thursday night. They might be my best player.
Greg said
which
on
is terrible to say.
on Facebook, Freddie Kitchens used to be an Alabama quarterback from 93 to 97.
oh jeez.
Yeah, and he stinks.
Yeah, he looks like a quarterback.
So that's why he's not successful.
Pretty much, yeah. Alabama product.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Every Alabama quarterback that's ever come through the NFL.
The Browns just make
That's when
really
Alabama
weird
stunk,
moves.
Yeah.
By the way. That's when Alabama was bad.
Yeah.
Actually, early 90s, they weren't that bad. Late 90s, early 2000s, they were awful.
Yeah. I mean, what's with the Browns? Like every single year they make a really weird move.
Well, the thing is with the Browns this year in particular, I think it's more on Baker. Because if you look at Baker this year, you can tell he's put on a couple pounds. He's kind of gotten a little
He's too
little
cocky.
lax and,
He's way too cocky.
Well, that's fine.
I don't
as
hate
long,
Baker, but he's definitely taking a step back.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe someone should tell him, like, maybe you should do some more practicing in the offseason and not so many commercials.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone should just punch him in the nose.
It never works. Remember what happened
work.
after the Phillies won in 08? Hamels the next year was all over TV. He was all over everywhere.
He sucked.
And then he had a terrible year. You don't want to do that shit.
I didn't hate it, but it was.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, he didn't look himself in 2009 at all.
No, he was bad.
Yeah, he was really bad.
And that's what happens when you have the whole Look at Me tour around the country. You start feeling yourself too much.
Yeah.
You don't work enough for it.
Yeah, exactly. You think you're on top of the world, and then all of a sudden, down the drain.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Baker, I think, will bounce back. Whether
No,
it
I
be
do
this
too.
year or next year.
I think he's going to have a good career. I just think that team was way overblown. People were talking about. So I'm not going to point fingers at somebody who lives in this house. Was talking like 12 wins and Super Bowl. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Who, Tom?
Freddie Kitchens, man. Freddie Kitchens. Like you have to have a good coach to win this. Like, guys, heads up. And Freddie Kitchens, I knew he was going to be a bad coach.
Well, Tom has favorites when it comes to players.
Yeah, well, he has kids. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, loves,
Baker's one of his kids.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's not very good at all. He has 4 touchdowns and 8 interceptions this year.
He's having a bad year for sure.
Yeah, he is.
Very bad.
And he's got talent out there.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's the crazy thing too. He has one of the most talented wide receiving cores in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He's missing Njoku because he liked to throw to him last year a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you would think you got OBJ and you got Jarvis, you should be able to get the ball to him.
Right.
Greg was like the Eagles in the start of the 2018 season. Everyone was on their book tours.
Yeah.
I mean, this year you had the offensive line posing naked for ESPN the magazine. Ass the fucking dick, and then all of a sudden, like they start performing like shit. So, I don't know. Maybe they're still on that book tour.
I don't know. I thought the O-line has played really well the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played the Jets though.
Yeah, but aside from that,
I was talking about the Packers game.
Aside from the Falcons game, they played very well.
Yeah.
I need them to play well this week because the Vikings have a very strong
Pass
front
rush,
seven
yeah.
and a very strong pass rush. So if I think you win this game tomorrow strictly on the lines. If our D-line gets after Cousins and our O-line plays well and we rush for like 120 yards, we win this game for sure.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing at all. But it's going to be a tricky game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. I'm thinking 24-20, and I think it's close the whole game.
Okay. Who are your breakout players this game? Who do you think is good on the offense side of the ball and defense?
Well, you know who I want to have a good game because we like you brought it up earlier, and we need it. We're missing a deep threat, and I need Nelson Aguilar to catch a deep ball in this game.
Yeah.
You have to catch a deep ball in this game.
Yeah, according to PFF, Pro Football Focus, he's the worst wide receiver in the league. So.
Who, Aguilar?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that he is, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a lot of drops, and he hasn't had a lot of catches, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
He's back to 2015 Mr. Butterfingers. So it's not something you want to see because his footwork is probably the best in the NFL. Like the way he turns his feet. Like I've never seen someone he's so polished at his position, but he can't catch the ball.
Yeah, he's really talented. Like if he had consistent hands and he was just able to get consistent,
He'd be our best wide receiver.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, it's crazy when you see them get the ball in his hands in space, and you're like, oh wow, this is why he was so highly picked because he flies and he can make moves.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, this is why. But then he's always he fumbles a ton, and he can't catch the ball. It drives you crazy.
Yeah, it's annoying. I don't know.
Catching babies, unlike Aguilar.
Yeah.
That's like that's gonna be my favorite thing. I want to get one of them shirts.
Yeah. So everyone says every single week that Dallas Goedert's going to break out for a game. So
Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know
I'd
either.
like it to.
Yeah.
As long as he's not playing volleyball in the end zone anymore.
Yeah.
That was awful.
What
That
about
was
Ortega-Whiteside?
He's just I don't know.
I think he's a bust.
No, he's not a bust.
It's
Yeah,
too
you can't
early to
that
say
yet.
that. First,
Wide
I feel
receivers
like-
take time.
I feel like running backs come in and are way more impactful than wide receivers early
Yeah.
on, and,
Yeah.
and that goes for anybody. Like Calvin Johnson didn't have 1,000 yards as a rookie. Like there's a lot of guys. I feel like the last guy I remember that had a really good rookie year and it was unexpected was Anquan Bolden. Had a great rookie year.
Yeah.
But besides that, like guys just don't come in and have big, huge years. Now, I'd like to see more of him though. I'd like to see 3 or 4 catches a game out of him.
Yeah.
But he's been. I mean, great. I haven't seen him on the field a lot.
No.
Which means that he's obviously not looking good in practice. Because if you're not looking good in practice, they're not going to put you in.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'd like to see him step up and maybe second half of the year contribute more.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like.
Yeah, me too. But wait, did I give you my breakout player or no?
No, but let's hear it.
All right, my breakout player for tomorrow is going to be Jordan Howard. I think he's going to rush for 150 yards, have 2 touchdowns, and I think he's going to be the overall player of the game on our offensive side of the ball.
Well, Doug did say they plan to give him the ball more, at least this week anay. So
He had
He's
a
the
really
feature
good.
back.
He had a really good game in Minnesota last year for Chicago.
Yeah.
100 plus and 2 touchdowns. So
Yeah.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah, and he's used to that team because he played in the same
Yeah,
division.
absolutely.
So that'll be interesting. But I don't think Carson Wentz really I hate talking to him like this, but I still don't think he really gets over 200 yards passing. I just don't see it. I mean, the last 2 weeks he was 180 and 160, I believe.
yeah, but he didn't need to.
Yeah, but yeah.
We might have to throw more against this team.
Yeah.
because
Oh, we definitely
they do
will,
Stop
yeah.
the run
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And I would like to see a little bit more out of Carson Wentz. I mean, his stats this year are like 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. On the paper, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're passing the eye test, kind of stale.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I want to see more out of Carson Wentz.
Well, again,
I think Carson's played fine.
he's played fine.
He's made some great plays. That duck under last week was crazy.
that was nice.
But he also now I don't want to look at last week's game because I feel like they weren't even. He didn't look great last week.
No.
Absolutely, he did not. But also we knew they couldn't beat us and we didn't care.
Right.
I thought he looked pretty good against Green Bay, but we ran the ball over them. He didn't even have to throw.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for him to have a good game.
Yeah, I mean, he should. He's our franchise quarterback, so definitely looking
This
for him.
is a good test for him though because
Yeah,
they
it is.
have. The problem is they're probably going to put what's his name on Alshon.
Xavier Rhodes.
Xavier Rhodes
Yeah.
on Alshon all game, and Xavier Rhodes is a stud. So it's going to come like we're going to need Dallas, maybe Nelson. We're going to need somebody to make a big play.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. What about you?
I'm kind of conflicted. I was going to say Carson Wentz, but I feel like that would be too easy. I'm kind of leaning towards where you're leaning with Jordan Howard.
Okay.
Just because that former division opponent for Jordan Howard, he's familiar with the team and that whole thing, so I
Right.
feel like that's a bonus.
Yeah.
And I think if he gets like 15 to 20 touches, I think he'll
I think
do
he's going to
very
get
well.
20. I think they're going to pound him the whole game. Like I
He should.
just run the ball. It's been successful for you this year. Just why go away from it? There's no reason to.
Plus, I think that's how you have to run on them. I mean, they're a very good run defense, but they're too fast. You can't run outside on them. You got to pound them in the mouth and run up the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what Jordan's good at. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely why he's our featured back. You just pound him right in the mouth, like you said. And yeah, I mean, it's just such a weird game to predict. You know, it's to me, it's like I feel like we're gonna win. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I have no idea.
Like for me, it's just that Kirk Cousins factor. You don't know if you're going to get Kirk coupons or you're going to get like actual. Like I literally lost my train of thought mid-sentence.
Kirk Coupons got me there a little bit.
Kirk coupons.
Christ, what is going on in this game?
Yeah, Texas isn't able to do anything right now.
Yeah, and they're 11th team in the nation. Yeah, right. My ass. What a rivalry that is.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't know which Kirk Cousins you're getting. If you're going to get good Kirk Cousins or just bad Kirk Cousins.
I don't know. I think you're gonna get somewhere in between.
Maybe
2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
I like to see him throw a couple picks.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get smashed into the ground. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, I think the game. I think the Jets game last week was huge for our defense, just giving us that confidence and.
Yeah.
Definitely for the defensive line.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, definitely. I want to paint their house green again.
I'd like to see a little more
We already did it
Deshaun Hall
once.
and Josh Sweat, but we'll see.
Yeah, I could do without them. To be honest, I think they're okay.
It looks like they ran a lot last week with Graham inside and Sweat on the outside.
Yeah.
And we were getting pressure, so I expect to see that again.
Yeah, I expect that too.
What do you feel about Super Bowl hero Corey Clement trading places with Boston Scott?
Yeah.
Well, he's banged up.
Yeah, he's banged up.
Yeah.
They've just put him on IR, so he's most likely done for the year.
Yeah, probably. Boston Scott. I haven't seen much of him, so I guess this is.
Yeah, I don't know much
Shot.
about Boston Scott.
No.
I mean, hopefully, listen, where it hurts us is that Corey was a very good special teams player.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Boston Scott can take his spot and be a very good special teams player just like he was.
Right.
We're not expecting much from him offensively. You know,
No.
he'll be like Corey. He might get a couple plays here and there.
Yeah.
But mainly we need you to be a good gunner on our punt team, and we need you to be down there on our kick coverage.
Right.
I agree. But what else you want to touch on when it comes to the Eagles?
I think, all right, let's just wrap it up with our score predictions.
Okay.
I got the Eagles winning 24-21.
24-21. I'm going to go the Eagles 31, Minnesota Vikings 14.
Wow. So you're expecting like a blowout.
Blowout City, I like it.
Yep. I'm going blowout. I think it's one of those games where no one's expecting and it happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we have to have one of those games. I mean, we lost to fucking Detroit at home, so
Yeah.
you have to have one of those games where you punch someone in the mouth, and I think this is the game.
2 straight wins in U.S. Bank Stadium. I like it.
Yeah. And plus, their fans suck. So,
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be real. You know, we have to come with a vengeance against Minnesota Vikings. You know,
Yeah.
they do that stupid skull chant
That
on the
stupid
Rockies
skull
stand,
chant, yeah.
and then all of a sudden they lose to us and say how bad our fans are when they started it.
Right.
Like I don't get it. Like people start stuff with Eagles fans all the time and expect nothing in return. Like I saw this link the other day where this guy got the shit kicked out of him in the bathroom because he said, "Yeah,
Oh, the Dallas fan, yeah, I
win
did
a
hear
ring
about
and then
this.
we'll talk about it." It's like, what did you expect was going to happen? Like,
And then the Eagles said they weren't liable.
yeah, they were like basically,
They're like,
yeah,
nope.
we're not paying you.
Nope.
You said we had no rings.
Ain't happening.
Nope.
Too bad.
You're a Dallas fan.
But obviously, big news with the Phillies organization earlier this week. Gabe Kapler has been fired.
I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't
you hate
get
to
it.
say it.
I don't get it personally.
How do you not get it?
As an outsider, Brian, all right? I don't get it. The team was 81-81. That's 500. All right, that's one more win from last year.
Yeah, but we're a better team than that.
All right,
The bottom line is, if you watch the games, like I watched
do.
a lot of the games,
Yeah.
he's a terrible in-game manager.
Yeah, but
and we've collapsed 2 seasons in a row. We had the lead. We had a division lead in June 2 seasons in a row and collapsed, and we've been awful in September both years. He got to be fired. Now I would have fired Klentak and McPhail as well, but he has to be fired.
Yeah, but this is the thing that I don't get. Like, your talent was not there at the end of the season. Your bullpen sucked. You lost Kutch in June.
Yeah, but he still had opportunities to win games, and
Yeah,
he had
how?
terrible managerial decisions and lost games. How? Because we have good players.
Okay, you have okay players.
That's not true.
No, it's very true. I like your catcher, Real Muto. I like him. All right. I like Harper, obviously.
Obviously,
Nola's a good pitcher.
The problem was at the end of the year, those were the only 2 that were really playing. Was Real Muto and Harper.
Yeah.
And because the rest of the team looked like they were going through the motions. I do like some guys. I like Kingery.
Hoskins stinks.
Hoskins does not stink. He
stinks.
had a terrible second half.
He's bad. He's
He
very bad.
does not stink.
As an outsider, he stinks.
He doesn't stink.
He's bad.
No, he doesn't stink. You're an idiot if you think he stinks.
He stinks.
He doesn't stink.
He's
He had 1,000 OPS in the first half. He had over 1,000 OPS last year. He does not stink. He had a bad second half. That happens to guys. I want to see how he rebounds next year. Now, if he has a terrible year next year, we can start talking stinks. He does not stink.
I went to like 6 games this year. They booed him every single at bat.
Yeah, they shouldn't because they're dumb.
I mean, I've said that numerous times, but it's what happens.
I went to plenty of games, and I didn't boo him. So,
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, I don't know.
listen, at the end of the season, he was bad.
he
There's no
was
other
real
way to
bad.
cut it. He was really bad. He couldn't get out of his own head. He
Nope.
couldn't hit anything.
Yeah.
So, obviously, he needs to rebound. I'm not worried. I'm not one of these guys that's ready to throw Hoskins away. Like a bunch of guys are ready to throw him away. That's not happening.
I mean, everyone was talking about this big, nasty 1-2 punch with Harper and Hoskins, and all of a sudden, Harper's delivering. Where's Hoskins?
Well, also Hoskins is batting first. He's batting all over the fucking lineup. Hopefully that shit's over. Now there's no more Gabe because I'm done with that shit. Okay, you bat him 3 and 4. You bat Harper 3. You bat Hoskins 4. You notice how there's not a team left that does that stupid our best player bats second bullshit.
Yeah.
Everyone bats where they're supposed to bat. You drive in runs in 3 and 4. It's how baseball's always been played. Now we're batting him lead off. The fuck are we doing? We're batting Harper lead off. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's the main. There's a lot of things about Gabe. Now, I will say Gabe he seemed like the guys liked him. It seemed like he had a pretty good clubhouse. Okay? And there are things I'll give him credit for. But in-game management, he was terrible. I hated his lineups. He was awful with the pitching staff. Now, we didn't have a good pitching staff. I'll be the first one to tell
Terrible.
you. But if you look at our pitching numbers, we're middle of the pack. We're not the worst in the league. We're middle of the pack. But he was bad with them. He's constantly pulling guys in the 4th inning. He never lets. Like, I like to show a little confidence in my guys.
Right.
If my guy's throwing well, I got confidence you're going to get this out. Like, he got 2 guys on, whatever. I got confidence you're going to get this out. The Yankees do that. They leave guys in to show confidence in your guys. He never did that, ever. Always pulling the guy.
Right.
Constant early hooks. Drive me crazy.
Yeah, but the difference between the Yankees and the Phillies is we have a competent bullpen. Like, you know,
well, your bullpen's
it's
filthy.
filthy.
That's why you should have more confidence in your starters.
We don't have jackasses running in from the bullpen, like losing their breath before they pitch, and then have the fucking catcher just shake his head because
Jared
the
Hughes?
guy's such a fucking
awesome.
moron.
That was so funny.
You know, that's what kind of team you had. You had a team that didn't give a shit.
Also, that's not true. But also,
It is
we had
true.
five relievers. Basically 4 of our 5 main relievers going into the season didn't pitch pretty much all year.
Yeah.
So that's a killer. Any bullpen, that's a killer.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't get a lot from our other guys. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you. The bullpen was bad. What was crazy is there was times when the bullpen was pretty good. There was, like Ranger Suarez was good. Hector had a great year, actually. He blew a couple saves late, but he had if you look at his numbers, he had a great year.
My friend hates him with a passion.
Well, before the All-Star break, he was being considered as a.
He
had a 1.89 ERA.
It was crazy.
I remember.
He had a spectacular year. He really did. He only let up 7 runs in the second half, and 5 of them were in like the last week.
Yeah.
So I mean, he did have a really good year.
He had a
but
couple
the
saves.
problem was we had like 4 guys that were awful.
Yeah.
Pavetta couldn't get an out. And
No.
after we moved him to the pen, he still couldn't get an out, and that's another reason that I thought guys had to be fired.
Right.
And I'm happy with the fact that we're going to get a new hitting coach and pitching coach as well, obviously. And I hope that they bring in some competent guys that have success in this league.
Right.
Because the fact that almost everyone had down years from their careers, and that's an issue to me. When everyone regresses, you got to fire the coach.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to see who they hire because I know you said Buck, and I know all signs point to Buck because McPhail and Clentac worked with Buck already. I know that. I wouldn't. He's not number 1. He's like
you
4th
have to
or 5th
hire
on
the
my list.
right guy. You have to take your time with this process.
I'm hoping they do.
Because
yes.
Rob on the Sports Hounds on Monday said, "Oh, I take anyone at this point. Just get them in there." I'm like, you can't do that. You have
can't just take
you have
anybody.
you have to do your due
I'm hoping they do.
diligence.
I'm hoping they do a really good vetting here.
Yeah.
And there's guys I really like. I like Girardi.
You won't like him. You will not like
I like
him.
Ron Washington.
Yeah.
He's kind of older.
Yeah.
Like almost too old, but I like him. It's the same thing with Buck is almost too old too. Like I kind of want a guy that's older, kind of older school, like not as analytics, but I don't want him to be that old. Like Girardi's the perfect age. I'm looking for a guy like 45, 50, guy that played in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the kind of guy I want. I want to bring in.
What about
like Craig Counsell was a great hire, and I know he didn't have any experience. There's a guy I actually was talking to Greg about, and then Greg pulled him out yesterday on the show. Cocksucker, fucking guy. But Joe Espada is a guy I do like. He was the third base coach for the Yankees for a couple years.
Yep.
Now he's bench coach for Astros for the last 2. He coached the Puerto Rican team in the World Baseball Classic. Mm-hmm. He's a guy that's kind of an up-and-comer that if we're going to go the way of a guy that's never been a manager before, that's a guy I would look at, as Dusty Watson as well. But like I said earlier, I don't want to go that way. I'd rather a guy that's been there before.
What about Dusty Baker?
He's almost too old for me.
Yeah.
I don't hate Dusty, and Dusty's won divisions places, but he's never really gotten over the top.
Yeah.
right?
I don't hate Dusty, but I think does Dusty want to manage anymore? Like he's in his 70s now, right? It's got to be.
Well, he said he was looking for an opening, so.
Yeah, so maybe, yeah.
Charlie's
too old. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I know Charlie will still be around. I don't think he won't be the hitting coach anymore, but he's always around the organization. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he won a title with you guys. So
What
I mean,
about
Charlie.
what about Kurt Schilling? Because he said he was interested.
I don't know.
What about Dykstra?
Yeah, right.
Dykes was a crackhead. We'd be worried about losing. What happened to the baseballs? Lenny sold them all.
He tried to fight some midget.
Lenny sold all the baseballs. He's smoking crack again.
Yeah.
I mean, Lenny's little video was funny.
Oh, it was so funny.
And Kurt, I almost rather have Lenny than Kurt, to be honest with you. Kurt, what do you like? What have you done? You know, he hasn't coached. Has he coached?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Gabe Kapler didn't coach either.
Well, no, he coached in the minors in L.A.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Dodgers organization. I don't like Gabe. I didn't like Gabe Kapler from the beginning. He seems to have a rapport with some young guys, which is great. I just didn't think he was going to be a good manager. Mm-hmm. Now, Kurt Schilling, I don't know where Kurt's coming from. Like he thinks he's like, oh yeah, I want to maybe be a bench coach first, Kurt, or like a first base coach.
He talks too much
or
politics.
Anything. I don't even care about his politics.
I don't either.
And what I care about is the fact that what have you done since you retired from baseball, Kurt? Because you were a great pitcher. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Loved Kurt. Great pitcher. But what have you done since you retired? You lost all your money by developing some shit video game that sucked. So we're gonna make you manager? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he got fired from ESPN too, so for something I don't even know what it was.
yeah.
They fire everybody.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's really political over there. It's not sports.
Ryan Broder
No, it's awful.
Ryan Broder also says on Facebook yesterday's press conference was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I didn't watch it.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's awful.
The problem is, like Middleton. I guess Middleton said a couple things that you would expect him to say. McPhail really didn't say anything, and Clintack looked like he was going to cry the whole time. And he didn't answer one question. He answered no question.
I saw a picture. It looked like he was drinking for 2 weeks straight.
He looks like he's been on a bender.
Yeah.
It's you know why? 'Cause he's been crying to Milton about, just don't fire Gabe. Just don't fire him.
That's my friend.
See, if I was Milton, I'd be like, you know what? You're getting fired too.
Yeah.
Later.
But the thing is, I was telling my friend the other day, my friend was like, why didn't he fire all 3 of them? I was like, well, replacing one guy is tough enough.
Yeah,
all right.
it is.
If you replace 3, that's like damn near impossible by the time the season starts.
It's a whole. If he would have fired all 3, it's such a whole process that we're going to have to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with it just being Gabe. Like someone's got to fall in the axe, and it had to be Gabe. Now, I personally, I would have been fine if he fired all 3. But like you said, it's
a process,
such a
like
process
you said.
that would have to happen. Like you almost throw next year away if you fire all 3.
100%.
Because there's almost no chance you're going to get 3 guys in and then get ready to go and have a good year.
Right.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and you're basically lying to Harper because you're telling him that you're building a winning culture around him. And the first year he's here, there was nothing.
Well,
Literally
throughout his
nothing
career,
there.
this is going to be, I think,
The
his
Nationals are about to go to the World Series.
and this is about to
I'll
be
tell you what,
Harper's.
They
I
are
think.
going to go to the World Series.
Yeah, they just might.
I
think I was pitching a no-hitter.
I don't think it's just might. I think they're going to go. I feel really bad for the Cardinals fans, Sweeps and Chrome because this is lining up bad for you boys. You needed yesterday badly.
He was pitching a no-hitter.
Now you got Scherzer. Fucking Wainwright
Corbin.
today, and you need Wainwright to throw a game of his life. Because if you go down 0-2,
You're done.
go down 0-2 at home,
You're done.
you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble. And then you got Strasburg and Corbin coming in Washington. You could get swept.
Yeah, I agree. You know, Washington's a very hot team right now.
They are red
Ever
hot
since that
right
bases
now.
clearing double from Juan Soto, they've been on fire.
Yeah.
Well, they've been on fire since like fucking June 30th.
Yeah.
Been on fire.
Yeah.
And I love Anthony Rendon. I think he's awesome.
Oh, he's a monster.
Yeah, they look good, and actually look better without Harper.
They
to be
have
honest
great
with you.
pitching.
Yeah, they really
Their
do.
bullpen is weak, though. But Doolittle's kind of gotten back, and he's been better than he was early in the season. So they got that going for him.
Yeah, they do.
And Daniel Hudson Daniel Hudson stopped starting and like moved to the pen, and he's been solid. But besides them two, their pen's weak.
Yeah.
But their starting pitching's so good that they don't need the pen to be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of the Yankees. The Yankees need their pen to be good, and it's been really good.
I don't know, man. I mean, Tanaka's lights out in big games. Paxton looks like the guy from April.
Paxton looks good.
Yeah, he does.
And Severino looked great his last time out. And the Twins had a combined 7 runs in 3 games, and they broke the record for home runs. Like, think about that. You know, and that's why
The spot was too big for the Twins. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but they didn't show up.
I love when you said it's not your daddy's twins, and then all
Apparently it
of
was.
a sudden, all of a sudden it just fell apart.
They just don't win games in the playoffs. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's nuts.
Over their last 0-16, their last 16 games.
Something like that.
Crazy.
It's horrible.
I really expect this to be a tough series for the Yanks, though.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's going to go 7. I think they can go either way. I think both teams are really good, and I think it's almost like the World Series, really, because I expect whoever wins this series to win the World Series.
I'm going to tell you guys this right now. You're going to hear this from me first. The only game we lose is Game 3. We win 5.
Okay.
That's bold.
I'm serious.
That's bold.
This Yankees
You're gonna lose tonight.
This Yankees team is the best Yankees team I've seen in my life, ever. Like, from top to bottom, 1 through 9, we don't have a hole. And everyone's like, oh, they have pitching. How are you going to get around all these guys? There's just no fucking way. You know, Garrett Cole has been phenomenal, which is why I'm giving them that win. All right? No one can hit him. He's 20-5. He had like a 2-point-something ERA. Like, he's been ridiculous. He's your Cy Young.
Spectacular, yeah.
But you're going to get Verlander in Game 2. He's getting older. He's always owned us. I'll admit that. But at the same time, you're not going to get around all 9 hitters. It's just not going to happen. And everyone's like, oh, Houston's going to be so great this year. That fucking jerk-off that bet $3.5 million for them to win, he's going to lose all that money because it's just not going to happen.
Well, he's a millionaire from Texas.
Yeah, he's the mattress king.
He's a fan.
Yeah, he's the mattress king. But yeah, the Yankees are going to win their 20th title, and it's going to be so great. Can't wait. Another championship for the New York Yankees. The Evil Empire.
Is that 20th?
28th.
Wait, 28th.
Okay,
yeah.
28th. Yeah,
It's a lot of titles.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's going to
I
happen,
don't
Brian.
think-
I'm telling you
I
right
don't
now.
Nope.
Yep. It's been
I
a
refuse to believe it.
Hey, listen, give us.
Yankees are very good.
It's been a long time since their last title. It's been
Yankees
10
are really
years.
good. The fact you think that you're going to be Houston in 5 is laughable, though. You're not going to be.
Hey,
Houston
it's a
in
hot
5.
take. All right, I'm.
It's a cold take.
No, it's a hot one.
It's cold.
It's heating up. It's heating up.
Houston has home field advantage, so you think you're going to win the first 2 in Houston?
I think we'll win the first one, and the second one will be up in the air.
Well, you just said you're going to win it.
Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. Our lineup's too filthy. I know their lineup's good,
Their
but
lineup is just as filthy.
yeah, ours is better.
Eh.
We have the best hitter in the MLB on our team.
Aaron Judge?
No, LeMahieu.
Oh, my God. Would you stop?
He's a machine.
Would you stop
He's
it,
an
please?
absolute machine.
He's a good hitter.
He's a
not the
great
best-
hitter.
He's not the best hitter
He's
in,
a robot.
in the Major League.
He's awesome. He's been our best pickup by far. This is why Brian Cashman's the best GM in baseball. Because he gets these pieces that no one else wants to take a chance on.
He gets these pieces that somehow put the pinstripes on and magic
Just
happens.
magic,
Don't-
yeah.
No, DJ LeMahieu is a good player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that about
Urshela.
him. But Gio Urshela hit 212 in Toronto's Double-A. All right, don't fucking start me with Gio Urshela.
That's why he's our ninth hitter.
And Tachman, but Urshela's had a great year. Though.
Yeah, he has.
And Tachman had a great year. Another guy came out of nowhere. Like something with the pinstripes. I hate it. They put them on and they
It's just
perform
magic.
great.
That's why I was telling Chrome I wanted a St. Louis versus Yankees World Series because it's a tale of 2 winning franchises, and that would be interesting.
Nice throw.
But unfortunately, I don't see that happening, like you said.
It's going to be really tough for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They have to win today. And they start. I think game starts at 4, and they have to win.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're the late game, where we start at 7:30.
Yeah, it's definitely 4. It might be like 4.
Their game will overlap
4:07.
ours though, because every single game is 4 hours.
Yeah, especially well, you never know if it is Wainwright and Scherzer. So if they both pitch well, it could go pretty quickly. But as soon as they start pulling pitches in the 3rd inning, then the games go fucking 5 hours.
yeah.
Like every Red Sox Yankees game goes 5 fucking hours.
Greg's saying in the comment section, Greinke would be our ace if he was on our team. Disagree. I still like Severino, to be honest with you. I think Severino's better than Greinke when healthy. There's something about Sevy that his stuff's just so nasty.
It might be Paxton actually.
Well, Paxton, I mean,
Paxton, listen, I'm actually a Paxton fan. Paxton's been throwing really well. Last 2 months,
He's
really,
turned it on.
really well.
but he was miserable at times in the season.
Yeah, well, that happens though.
Yeah.
Happens to anybody. Guys get hit.
Yeah, they do.
But I just think, to me, I know Severino looked good in the playoff game. The game before that he started in the regular season, I didn't think he looked very good. He's got great stuff. It's just how back is he? You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
only thrown, 4? He's probably thrown 40 innings, maybe.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Not many.
Yeah.
So.
Greg says, "Oh my
and
God."
I do not like Tanaka.
Greg says, "Oh my God, I'm done." DJ LeMahieu. Jesus.
Yeah, and he says that after he said it, what a great pickup it was for us because the dude, quote unquote, rakes.
No, he does rate. I
Yeah.
agree. He's not the best player in baseball.
no.
I think he's the best. No, I didn't say best player. I said best hitter.
He's not the
overall.
best hitter
Yeah,
in
no,
baseball
I won't
either.
go that far.
Who do you guys think is?
Mike Trout?
Yeah.
No, he just gets on base a lot.
No, that's not true.
He gets on base at a 50% clip.
And he hits homers, and he hits doubles.
He's not the
and
best
he hits-
hitter.
Yes, he is.
Like singles hitter? No.
If you're talking
Just
singles.
hitter, period. I don't want a guy that hits fucking 150 singles.
Yeah, that was Ichiro. He was a beast.
Yeah. I wasn't an Ichiro fan either.
No?
I mean, he's okay.
I just
Okay.
Ichiro was awesome.
Holy fuck.
Ichiro was awesome, but I don't like this slap hitter. I
don't
don't
either.
like the style that he played.
Yeah.
But he was awesome, and he flew, and he had a cannon.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not gonna hate on Ichiro. Never got it done in the playoffs though. Always struggled. Those teams. I think the one year they won like 116 games and bowed out early.
Joey DiBardino says, will Harper regret signing with the Phillies?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't think anyone regrets $330 million.
No, you
I think that's another reason why he came here. I don't think he just willingly wanted to come here.
No, he didn't want to come here. I think a lot of it is he wanted a spot where obviously he wanted to get paid. He was going to get paid anywhere he went.
Yeah,
But
he
he
just
wanted
wanted to
to-
raise
he
a
wanted to-
family. Yeah, I
He
understand
wanted a
that.
spot that he liked, and a spot that also where he can get great numbers. So let's not lie. He wants to be a Hall of Famer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And our park is conducive to him having great numbers for the next few years. So we just gotta get more guys around him right now.
That's all it is,
And
yeah.
I'm looking at pitching. I know yesterday guys were saying that they want. I would love Garrett Cole. I don't think we're going to get Garrett Cole.
I think the Yankees are gonna get Garrett
Yeah, I
Cole.
know. So do I. It just fucking sucks. But there's other guys that I like, and we need more than one pitcher. We need like 2 or 3.
Right.
So there's guys that aren't great. Like they're not the sexy name. It's not the Cole or Strasburg. You know, but like you can get 2 or 3 of them, and they're solid pitchers in this league.
I think
like
you get Strasburg.
Jake Odorizzi.
I take Strasburg.
Jake Odorizzi's a solid pitcher though. It's a guy
He's not bad.
Guy that's thrown innings every year. Listen. It's all about getting guys that are solid. All right. We have too many holes, and what are we going to get out of Arrieta? We have no idea. I don't know what we can. Reasonably, what can we expect from Marietta next year? I have no idea. So, in my opinion, you have to get at least.
He was a Cy Young. I mean, he won Cy Young award in 2016. NL? 15 with the Cubs.
No, I know. I know what Arrieta used to be. I'm saying, what are we going to get?
What he is now,
because he wasn't very good this year when healthy.
We had that bone spur thing. So
But like he hasn't been healthy for 2 years now. Is he going to be healthy?
Greg said Harper hated Gabe. So I mean,
they have a lot of. Apparently, they say that a couple of the big name players did not like Gabe, I expected that. Now I think the young guys did like him, but he's always had a rapport with young guys. Like he said, he coached in the minors.
Yeah.
But I expected some of the veterans to not like Gabe because he's a fucking weird dude.
Yeah, he is a weird dude.
And he's not a baseball guy. He doesn't follow his gut. He's not like a student of the game type. He's like kind of creating his own thing, and it's stupid.
Got anything on YouTube, Ralph?
DeAndre Richardson says why people keep on saying that Kirk Cousins play well against the Eagles.
Because he did.
When the only times he's won was versus bad defense and riding the revenge wave of the Vikes last year, which penalties cost us the game.
He won 4 straight games against us at one point.
He did throw the ball well against us for a couple
Again,
years.
He threw for 5,000 yards one time.
He went 5-0 against us.
Yeah.
Also, I have a stat on the Eagles real quick. Opposing defenses have thrown the ball 71% of the time while in the red zone against the Eagles this season, which is the highest in the NFL.
Yeah, our secondary sucks. It's terrible. But
it's also because our defensive line, no one can run on.
Yeah.
You have to throw against us because you can't run.
Jim Schwartz deserves more credit. You know, a lot of people are hating on that guy. A lot of them don't like him. I don't understand it. I mean, that one play against...
Don't you not like him?
I didn't like him against the Julio Jones play. I hated him. I told him to go jump off a bridge. But at the same time, you know, he's come around.
Listen, it's what he does every year, guys.
That's
why I said this 3 weeks ago. I'm not worried about the Eagles' defense because every year they get better as the season goes on.
Yeah.
And we're getting guys back. That's why I'm not rushing to trade 3 first rounds to get Jalen fucking Ramsey. Okay?
Oh, come on. He's a generational talent.
He's a piece of shit.
Come on, man. I don't care if he's a piece of shit.
How long until he's a piece of shit here?
I don't care if he's a piece of shit.
No,
He'll be our piece of shit.
No, I don't bring pieces of shit in.
Come on.
That's not the game I play.
Bryce Harper was apparently a piece of shit.
No,
we
he
brought him
not.
in.
That's not true.
That's what Tom said.
Because Tom's an idiot. Are we just learning this? Tom wanted Manny Machado. That's an actual piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, Manny Machado is a good player.
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, Jalen Ramsey.
He hopped up and down when that fake Twitter account was like, "Oh, he's coming here."
I know because he's like Tom.
Yeah.
No offense. No offense. But no, listen. To me, Jalen Ramsey's a star player. Don't get me wrong. Top 3 corner in the league.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is I'm not trading 3 first-round picks for a guy he's a bit of an asshole. And I understand he's awesome. He is. But 3 first-round picks is crazy talk. Okay? I'll trade 3 first-round picks for anyone.
Those first-round picks aren't going to be like first-round picks. They're going to be like late first-rounders.
We don't know that. Everyone says that. Oh, they're going to be late. How the fuck do you know they're going to be late?
Because they're supposed to be good every single year.
You don't know that, though.
But I don't see this team going down the hill.
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But nothing's guaranteed in the NFL. Guys can get hurt. Anything can happen. That's all I'm saying. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So a 30th pick turns into a 15th real quick if we get a couple injuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just don't trade 3 first-rounders for him. If I would have done a first and a second, if they would have accepted a first and a second, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't want to do more than that.
Yeah.
Now, a guy that and you don't have to give him as much, I do like Chris Harris.
I do like
Denver.
Chris Harris, yeah.
And Chris Harris is, by all counts, a really good dude, and he's a really good player. And I think you can get him. You might even be able to get him for like a 2nd and a 5th.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd do it.
I want Von Miller. That's what I want.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Everyone wants Von Miller.
You're gonna have to give up a king's ransom for that.
That's the only, and really, and to me, and I said this the other day too, and Tom gets all mad about this, but
he gets mad at everything.
He's a cover corner. This isn't a guy that's a ball hawk, that's a playmaker, a crazy playmaker. He's a great cover corner at that, but he's a cover corner is what he is. He's not Deion Sanders. All right, he's He's Bobby Taylor. I said this the other day. He's Bobby fucking Taylor. We're going to
Yeah.
take 3 first-round picks for Bobby Taylor. No, absolutely not.
We're still talking about Jalen Ramsey.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I disagree with you on that. I do want Jalen Ramsey here. I think he's a great player. He shuts down half of the field. I just think our secondary is so brutal that we will not have a chance against the elite teams when it comes crunch time. So
I think we will be fine.
I don't see it. I mean, this is why everyone's
saying guys that'll be back.
Everyone's saying we're gonna.
Jalen Mills will be back next week probably.
Yeah, but Jalen Mills is only good in the red zone. And
but that's where you have to be good.
Yeah, but he's one. I understand
I don't give a fuck if you throw for yards down the middle of the field. You got to be good in the red zone.
Right.
Yeah, but when Tom Brady comes in here, granted, he hasn't looked great this year at all.
He's
Tom Brady's looked
awful.
Tom
terrible.
Brady
He's looked awful this year.
I wouldn't say he's awful, but this is what happens when the guys get old. Right?
Well, I mean, compared to Brady standards,
Brady has somehow pushed it back farther than most guys.
Yeah.
But
he actually looks terrible this
QBs
year.
fall off a cliff real quick.
Yeah.
Once they get old, they fall off a cliff. And I'll tell you what, he better hope that they win the Super Bowl this year and he can ride into the sunset because I don't see any way that he's good.
He's gonna get hurt.
No.
He's gonna be bad next year.
He's gonna get hurt.
He's
taking hits.
Well, he's already starting to he used to be able to move a little bit. He can't move at all now.
No.
And besides those sneaks, he can't really do much.
No.
And he's been throwing what's been crazy to me, which he never did ever before, is he's thrown some really bad balls.
The one against the Redskins was awful.
And he threw 2 this past week to the Giants.
Yeah.
Right, 2 Giant players.
Yeah.
There isn't even a Patriot
And
around.
they still covered the point spread.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
which was pretty fun.
Giants are terrible.
Yeah. Giants are pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, he's really leaning on the defense
listen,
this
don't
year.
get me wrong. They're still a damn good team, and I still expect him to make throws in the clutch.
Yeah.
But they might be the worst 6-0 team I've ever seen.
Yeah. Hopefully that Tom Brady jersey doesn't go back up on the wall because I'll tear that shit down. I hate him. I hate Tom Brady so much.
If it goes back up on the wall, I'm burning it. So, Greg, if you're still watching, Greg, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to burn it so bad before the Super Bowl. I'm still mad he wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Pussy. I'd have fired Greg that day.
I'm so mad that the Rams looked as bad as they did because they were destined to win that game and they shit the bed. If that was us in the Super Bowl, we would have won last year.
Oh, there's no doubt
We
in my
definitely would
mind.
have had a better game than they did. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
there's no doubt.
I actually loved every second of Sean McVay getting schooled.
Wow, you're not getting any help. That sucks.
It's all right. It's 10-3.
It is.
We're covering.
You're covering right now. It's happening. You're getting what, 10.5?
10.5.
That's good.
That's not bad.
Get the hook. It's really
This
good.
guy's name's Eagles? God, make a play, Eagles. That's PI.
Yeah.
That is PI.
Unfortunately, you can't challenge that because it's college. But
Oh, that's clear
it's not
PI.
that- It's not that bad, actually.
no,
He left.
It's actually a
It
pretty
looked
good play.
worse. It looked worse from the other angle.
It's actually a pretty good play.
But this Red River shootout or Red River rivalry now, I guess you can't use the word shootout anymore. Next thing you know, there's kids shooting at school. We're gonna blame the Red River shootout for it. But yeah, I mean it hasn't been a shootout so far. The guns are empty. They're shooting blanks over here. 10-3 game in the third.
Yep.
I think it was a 77 over.
Something like that.
It was high.
78.
It was high.
Yeah, it was really.
If you had the under, you're loving life.
Yeah, until you take the under this quarter and they go over in this quarter.
Well, you would expect them to score some points in the second half here with a 77 over under.
Yeah.
Greg also says upset alert. South Carolina is beating Georgia.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I mean Notre Dame should have beat Georgia too, but
Notre Dame's pretty good. South
they're
Carolina's
pretty good.
not.
Yeah.
But it's the SEC. It's tough week in and week out. I love guys that don't watch college football that try to tell me, how did this team lose to that team? Because in the SEC,
Oh, they're only up by 7.
in the SEC, you got to play. I understand like South Carolina's not that tough. South Carolina in a different conference wins 7-8 games.
Right.
You know, you got to play a tough team week in and week out. That's what makes the SEC tough. That's what makes the Big Ten tough.
Yeah.
That's why the Big 12 stinks. I don't care what anyone says. You play 2 tough teams and the rest of the teams stink, and they let you throw the ball all over them.
Mm-hmm.
All over them. You can't do that kind of shit in the Big Ten and the SEC.
Yeah. I mean,
That's why I always trust. Like when you get to the Final Four, I always trust Big Ten and SEC teams way more than any other conference.
I hate Pac-12 teams with a passion.
Oh my! Well, they're
the
I
worst.
I love the fact that the Pac-12 just doesn't get in the playoff, and they're not going to get again this year.
Yeah.
Nope, not going to make it. Sorry, you stink.
Yeah.
They're like, what about Washington? They had
that-
one loss. You stink.
That's why I didn't really like the Dillard pick when we first got him because he played in the Pac-12 and he didn't really go
Yeah,
against
but
anyone that's
I mean, guys can still be good
winning.
in the Pac-12. I just don't like the teams in general.
yeah, like Stanford has some pretty good players. Well, had some pretty good
Christian
players.
McCaffrey's decent.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Oh,
Decent
he's real
player.
good.
Yeah,
I think he's going to make it.
Zach Ertz is all right.
Yeah, Zach Ertz pretty good.
Yeah, Andrew Luck was pretty good.
There's a bunch of guys. Andrew Luck was very good.
Yeah, and then he kind of like
He retired.
yeah.
No, he's hurt. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to hate on a guy who wants to have a good life after football.
Right.
I mean, some of these guys. What's his name?
Jacoby.
Earl Campbell's been in the wheelchair pretty much since he got out of the NFL.
Yeah.
Like some guys take an absolute.
It's a vicious
beating.
sport. Yeah,
Guys take a beating.
it is, and they won without him. So I mean, they won on Sunday against the Chiefs.
I told you that they have a good team.
Jacoby.
Jacoby's a good quarterback.
Well, you know what it is that he's not gonna. He's not flashy, and,
No.
and he's not gonna like make a great throw, but he's gonna keep you in games, and he'll make the throws that are needed.
Right.
And they have and what it is, if you watch them, they're literally us. It's crazy. He coaches just like Doug coaches, which you would expect, coming from the tree.
Yeah.
But like it's nuts. They have like a kind of a running back share there, like 3 guys that get the ball just like we do.
Right.
Right. And they play good defense. They let you move the ball on them, but they play great defense in the red zone, and they capitalize on turnovers.
Yeah.
And they literally exactly how we play. It's crazy. And like that game against Kansas City on Sunday is exactly how we would play Kansas City.
Yeah.
Try to keep it low scoring. Try to keep Mahomes off the field. Run the ball down their throat.
Well, that's another thing. Mahomes doesn't look the same, and I think he's hurt.
Yeah, listen, he is banged up.
Yeah.
But it's just listen, it doesn't look the same. He threw 50 touchdowns last year. That shit don't happen.
Right.
No,
Like
he doesn't
that-
look the same as last year. Like,
yeah, well,
at all.
Listen, it's a tough league.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. He looked ridiculous last year. He's still really, really, really.
He's
good
still
player.
phenomenal, yeah.
He's an amazing player. I don't think they're as good, and he's missing Tyreek Hill a lot. Now Tyreek Hill might play this week. He's like questionable.
he's
I
a piece
think.
of shit.
Oh,
That's a piece of shit.
He's 100% piece of shit.
Yeah.
But he's very fast, and Mahomes misses him for sure.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think Kansas City is as good as they were last year.
No.
What does this comment mean? DeAndre Richardson, I think he's talking to you. He's like, so you wouldn't give up basically Marcus Smith and Nelson for Jalen Ramsey? I think he's talking about the value of the first-round pick.
Well, I mean,
If you look at the history of our first-round
you're
picks.
automatically assuming that we're going to have a bad first-round pick. Now, again, look at the history of it. They haven't been great, but we have some good ones in there too, though.
Yeah.
So, Lane Johnson was a good pick.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox is pretty
Fletcher
good.
Cox is pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty
there's
decent
guys that
player.
are good.
Although he hasn't really looked as good
But
as past years.
Marcus Smith stunk. And I said that when we drafted him.
Well, everyone was like, who was he?
Somebody that lives in the house was a Marcus Smith fan. Remember? Were you there?
Tom liked him?
Tom.
Oh, go figure.
Tom called him, said he was going to have 8 sacks the one year.
Oh, my
Remember that?
God.
Yes.
His bold prediction going into the season, Marcus Smith will have 8 sacks. And I said, I don't think he's going to have 8 tackles. I don't think he did. I don't think he had 8 tackles.
He wasn't even good at Louisville. Like, he was like a third-round pick, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. That was a Howie pick.
We've had issues with some of our draft picks. We can't draft secondary.
We can't
At
draft
all.
secondary and wide receivers. We can't
We
draft.
really struggle with drafting secondary. And, yeah, we struggle with wideouts, too.
For whatever reason.
I don't know why that is, but it's the truth.
Well, we wanted Earl Thomas. I remember that. And we went with Brandon Graham. So.
But Brandon Graham's turned out to be a damn good
Yeah,
player.
that-
and
yeah.
he had the biggest play in our
Super Bowl,
organization's
yeah.
history. So.
Yeah. I mean, it took a couple years for him to pan out, but
Yeah, well, for a while there, we were really upset.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was really upset.
Oh, I was too.
Earl Thomas is
I
a
thought we
beast.
traded up to get Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
He might have killed Mason Rudolph last week, but
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. They took off his whole face mask. Looked like a player from the 30s.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
like that movie Leatherheads.
That was insane. That was a bad play.
Well, he was out cold.
No, he
He
was.
was literally out cold before he even hit the ground. Out cold.
You just saw him lock up, and you
yeah,
instantly
whenever
know.
they get stuck, when they get froze, that's when you
Yeah.
know they're out cold.
I thought he died. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, somebody online, I'm not going to name his name, was talking about, I think he just got, what did he say?
Decapitated?
No,
or?
what did fucking Middlebrook say? I was trashing him.
Oh,
for
Bill
it.
Middlebrook?
He got all mad at me. Because he said Mason Rudolph down. Oh, my God, what did he say?
Probably said something really fucked
It
up.
was just nonsense. I was like, dude, he's got knocked out.
He's
man.
a Sox fan. What do you think?
He got knocked out cold.
Those Boston fans aren't the nicest.
No. All right, let's get into our Week 6 picks before we
Let's
get out of
do
here.
it.
Let's see. Obviously, Giants and Patriots. You already know that result. Panthers
I
at
like some games this week.
Panthers at Buccaneers. I actually like this one.
Ooh.
This is a weird game. I like
Yeah,
Tampa.
it is. I do too.
I like Carolina this week.
I like that. I like scoring in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's going to be so high on the Buccaneers because 2 weeks ago they beat the Rams in their house. I think Carolina's a very well-balanced team, especially with Kyle Allen. So I honestly think that they're going to do pretty well and win the game. So yeah, I got Carolina, and I think Cam Newton's gonna lose his job. So there you go.
Well, Kyle Allen's been playing well. They've been kind of leaning on McCaffrey a lot.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
He's gonna be the MVP probably.
Right now, he probably is.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, it's getting overlooked. Tampa's actually played very well.
They have.
Winston, the new offense with Arians, Winston looks great. He's played really well this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. And they got weapons, man. Godwin and Evans, they got weapons.
Yeah, they do.
I think Tampa's going to win that game.
Well, I said even coming into the season for the Bucs, if Bruce Arians can't fix Jameis Winston, nobody can.
Absolutely.
James has looked better.
Yeah, he has looked better.
He's looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always had talent. It's about getting the coaching.
Oh yeah,
We
Greg.
always talk about it. The
Greg
coaching
went
is
back.
a big thing.
Greg went back to what Middlebrook says. He said paralyzed.
Oh, that's what he said. He said Mason Rudolph down looks to be paralyzed. I'm like, looks to be paralyzed. First off, who says looks to be paralyzed? I said, and his arms are up in the air. He's not paralyzed. He's knocked out cold. And he was like, I was cracking up. Mason, it was like on the Real Talk. Mason Rudolph down looks to be paralyzed. What is this guy talking about? Looks to be paralyzed.
Just imagine if he was a sideline reporter.
And he got all mad at me. I'm like, who even says that? Looks to be paralyzed. That's a terrible thing to say.
Psycho.
Looks to be paralyzed. Jesus
He's like the guy from
Christ.
American Psycho. Oh man.
Yeah, the trash bowl of the season: Redskins versus Dolphins.
Skins.
Yeah, give me the Skins. I don't think Keenum is a very good quarterback, but he doesn't stink, and he's going to start.
He took his team to a championship game.
Yeah, he'll start, and I think the Skins will win that game.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know the Dolphins have named what's it called starter for the rest of the year, which is just I feel awful. For
Chosen Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
Chosen
Rosen.
I think that's Chuck's boy.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's been
I
pretty
feel
fucking
terrible
brutal.
for that kid though.
Oh, I do too.
He was thrown in a terrible situation in Arizona. Then
And thrown into a terrible
they
situation.
throw him away, and Miami's like, hey, by the way, we have an awful team. You're probably going to lose every game. It's going to scar you for the rest of your NFL career, and you're going to start every game.
He actually hasn't looked terrible, to be honest with you. I've been watching him. His throws haven't been bad.
I'm waiting. Like, is this game in Miami?
Yes.
You know what? Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Dolphins are going to win
I can't
this
switch
game.
now. I
You
picked
know
the
why? Because
Redskins.
the Redskins stink, and they know they stink, so it means they're going down there and they're partying in Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
I have a weird feeling about this
when
one.
you get caught in Miami.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Some teams, when they stink, they just go down there and party. This is when you get caught.
You have a good point.
They get stuck with some bitches on boats.
There you go.
Boats and hoes. We got boats and hoes down in Miami. You got to watch yourself.
What'd you say, hookers and cocaine?
Oh, they're there too.
Yeah.
Saints and Jaguars.
Oh, man.
I got the Saints.
Give me the
Jalen
Jags.
Ramsey's playing, I believe.
Yeah.
Give me the Jags upset.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville?
Yeah. You know how the Saints shy away from that dome type.
I like that Minshew. I do like that Minshew. I'll take the Jags in this.
Yeah. You wanna hear something funny? The Miami Dolphins regular season prices on average are $25. Versus the Philadelphia Eagles, they're $115.
Hate to see it, Ralphie.
That's ridiculous.
Anthony Davis already hurt. Already hurt.
Grade 1 sprain to the wrist.
Hate to see it.
Already hurt.
Isn't grade 1 pretty bad?
No, grade
No,
one's kind of
grade-
just
yeah.
It's like the
the least.
I think a sprained wrist is pretty bad in general, but
Yeah, especially for.
but it's a grade 1 is.
Did they say if it was a-
grade 3 is like when it could be
Is it a
ligament
shooting hand
damage.
or-
I have no clue.
Okay.
It's just the thumb.
They have literally two players. They're not
The,
going
the
anywhere.
problem is if it's the
They said there was no ligament damage.
yeah, that's the thing. If there's ligament damage, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's like
Yeah.
surgery in months.
Yeah.
So no ligament damage, you'll be fine.
Ralphie, they have
I think I have ligament damage in my thumb. My thumb hurts all the time.
Ralphie. That's not even the best team in that state.
Oh my God.
Well, that city actually, not the state city. Yeah. The Clippers are going to be awesome.
Oh, the Clippers are going to be so good.
What do you think about that?
To me, it's the Lakers. It's a Lakers town.
They have two players, though.
I like the Clippers. But they haven't played together. I want
Right.
to see how they play together. I do like the Clippers' talent, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah, the Clippers have some good talent, and their owner's a fucking crazy, crazy motherfucker.
I love that guy.
Yeah. He's like, let's go. Isn't this cool? He's a pretty funny guy.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Man's what do you call it? Man's a multi-millionaire, and he's just hype as shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, yeah,
So
that's
should
what you
be,
do.
though.
Oh, I agree. As an owner, I would be the same
He has
way.
billions and billions of dollars.
It's like, let's go.
Well, he bought the team from some racists. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you can
Don
only go.
Sterling.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
that was bad.
Yeah, I remember, like, after they heard the audio clip, they took off their practice jerseys and just threw it down on the middle of
Oh,
the court.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
They were pissed.
Oh, I would be.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Let's see. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens.
Yeah. Baltimore at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
absolutely.
that.
You know,
I'm waiting for the Bengals to.
This is a weird
I'm waiting
one.
for the Bengals to steal a game because they're going to steal a game from somebody.
This is a weird one. And I'll tell you why. The Ravens got destroyed by the Browns 2 weeks ago. I'm still trying to put my finger on the Ravens and who they are.
It's
weird.
What the Ravens are is that if you stop them from running, Lamar can't throw. That's what they are.
I like Lamar though, so I can't really diss him.
Yeah, but he can't throw.
He's been better.
He's been better, but he's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not consistent with it.
If he plays a good defense that stops him from running, he struggles to throw from the pocket. Now, he has been better. He's gotten better, and I expect him to get better as his career progresses. But as of right now, that's how you got to beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
You got to stop them from
Make 'em
running
throw.
because they like to run the football with Ingram and with Lamar and Justice Hill, I think the other kid's name is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stop them from running and you make him have to beat you in the air, that's how you beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
Because he'll make mistakes.
I'm still a Lamar Jackson fan, so I gotta. I'm gonna say the Ravens win this game.
Okay.
I like Lamar.
Seahawks at Browns.
This is a weird one for me. I like Cleveland, actually.
I got
Ooh.
Seattle.
Do you have any reason why you like Cleveland?
It's just a weird line to me.
Ooh.
And get upfield! Get upfield! Yes! And it's a weird line to me, and sorry for that. I got a little money on the game. It's a weird line, and it's just, I think that Seattle's due a loss, and their West Coast teams, is that a 1 o'clock game?
Yes.
West Coast teams that travel to the East Coast and play at 1 o'clock don't have a good history.
Yeah.
And the line to me screams that they want everyone to take Seattle. Go!
Oh
Yes.
shit! It might
Love
be gone.
Love it. Go House. What are you doing? He's slowing down. Love it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like-
so that's just a weird one to me. And Cleveland played so bad last week. I expect them to show up at home this week. And I got Nick Chubb in fantasy, so I'd like him to play well.
He's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and so I think that Cleveland. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think Cleveland's gonna win though.
Okay.
Okay. I got Seattle.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
see, Mataraki on what was it? AM and the
Touchdown.
PM. AM and the PM like 3 weeks ago said something about Seattle going going from West Coast to East Coast to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and saying that they would have had a bad time against the Steelers and they beat them.
Yeah.
So I can't really go by
What's it called? Got
that.
hurt in that game though. That's when
Ben
got hurt.
Yeah, but Rudolph looked better.
I know, but it's also tough to win that original game when your QB gets hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like it's once you get under like Rudolph looked good the last couple weeks, but when you're thrown in the fire in that game, it's always like the Saints when they lost to the Rams when Bridgewater got thrown into the fire, he looked lost. But then
Now he looks better.
since he's been in the game plan and practicing, he looks better.
That
Right.
team's good, and I hate it because
No,
I hate the
they have
Saints.
a very good defense.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah,
Marcus Lattimore is a better corner than Jalen Ramsey.
Saints fans
Sorry-
cry about
Sorry
everything.
to break it to you guys.
Wait,
that
who?
love Jalen Ramsey. Marcus Lattimore's better than Jalen Ramsey.
You know who's even better than both of them? Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore's up there, but he's he's a phenomenal defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is ridiculous. Every ball that has a chance to be intercepted, it gets intercepted. It's crazy.
Yeah. Did that ball come out?
No, he's in.
Okay.
Yep, he's in.
Touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in. Eagles at Vikings. Eagles.
It's another weird line.
It is a weird line.
That's what bothers me is the line's weird.
What is the line?
It's 3.
We're
It's
getting,
3?
We're getting 3,
Okay.
which to me is weird. I feel like
No, it's 50-50. A home team starts with 3 points.
Yeah, because I was gonna say because
understand
it's
that,
home.
But to me, on a neutral field, we should be -3 against this team,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which would make this a pick 'em then if it was in Minnesota. That's why it's weird. It's like the Vegas wants you to take the Eagles, so it's a weird line to me.
'Cause you're getting
And
value.
And that's why it's a weird game to me. But I do think that we're gonna win the game, so I would take the Eagles. Yeah.
Okay. Texans at Chiefs. I got the. Ooh, actually, you know what?
I like Texans.
I like the Texans.
I
Yeah.
like the over.
I like the Texans.
the over.
Give me the Chiefs, by the way. Chiefs. I think Chiefs might roll, but I think it's gonna be high scoring.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be high scoring.
45-31.
Okay.
I like the Texans in an absolute rout. I have the Texans
Chiefs.
winning by 20.
Ooh, no, I
do.
can't go that far.
KC's
The Chiefs got exposed last week.
No, that's what you think. They just played. They went up against a damn good coach and a good defense.
The Chiefs are home though.
And Texans. The Chiefs were home last week too, but Texans do not have a very good defense.
The line's only 4.
The
The line's only 4.
Yeah, well, I think everyone's expecting it to be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't shock me. Falcons at Cardinals. This one's tough.
I'll go Cardinals.
Yeah, give me the Cards.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Niners at Rams division game.
I like the Rams in this game.
Yeah, I do too.
49ers blowout.
No chance.
No way.
The Rams stink this year.
No, that's not true.
It's very true.
They don't stink.
Famous Jameis completely tore them up.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
That was great. That wasn't well. That was like what? He had 5 touchdown passes.
We've gone over this before, Kyle. It's the NFL. Anyone can beat anybody in this league if you don't show up. Anyone.
That over went over by like halftime.
I know that game killed me. I had the Rams in suicide. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Happens though. I lost the first week.
Yeah, I had the Woody called. I had the Lions week 1 in the suicide.
I actually lost the
so
first game. I had the Bears.
Yeah, well, that was a dumb pick.
That was just
Not
bad.
really. I mean,
It was a
bad.
dumb pick because you don't pick a divisional game
Yeah, that's true.
in the first week.
yeah, but you have to eventually.
Yeah, but you have every team to pick from. Why would you pick a divisional game in the
Because
first
I didn't
week?
want to
Yeah,
pick
that's
a
true.
high line right off the bat, and I don't know. I was gonna pick the Eagles, and then they.
Oh, that was close too.
they
I
would've
had-
given me a heart
I had
attack.
the Eagles. That was a close one.
Yeah.
That's why I had week 1 was the Eagles.
And then let's see, Titans at Broncos.
Ooh,
I like Denver.
Yeah, I do too.
I like Tennessee.
It should be low scoring and close.
Yeah.
Should be very close.
I just think Denver Broncos they stink. I
They're-
think Tennessee.
Do you know what though? Like, I kind of agree with you that Denver's not really good.
Yeah.
But Flacco threw touchdown passes in both home games that you thought that they were going to win the game, and then the defense blows it in the last minute.
Yeah.
Or they're 3-2 and they don't look that bad. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you know what? The Tennessee Titans are weird because they killed the
Titans-
Browns on the
Titans aren't
road.
good.
They're a good road team.
they are good.
They
I
lost
like
to Jacksonville.
I like Vrabel,
Yeah.
their coach. But
yeah.
I just don't. I don't like Mariota.
Yeah, I don't either.
And
He's
I don't-
terrible.
and I don't
Yeah.
trust him. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think Denver wins. I think it's going to be low-scoring though. Give me like fucking 14-10.
Okay.
17-14.
Okay.
Okay. South Carolina's still beating Georgia, by the way.
What's the score?
It is 17-10, and South Carolina has the ball.
Okay.
Nice.
Cowboys at Jets.
Another Baker commercial. Like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he has a bunch of these in the
He's
stadium.
got a whole lot. The one that's actually really funny when she's trying to turn the blender on.
Oh,
He's like-
yeah.
He's like, I don't know who labeled this thing. Is it on yet? I don't know.
The Cowboys are going to kick the shit out of the Jets.
I don't know.
Disagree.
This is a trap game for me. This is a trap game.
The Jets stink.
Yeah, but
Listen, the Jets are not good, but the Jets have their quarterback back now.
Yeah, but they have no offensive line. Like, if you're
It's
watching this game
it's
up close,
different.
they just let them swarm in. Like, it
Yeah, but
just
It's
caves.
different. Last week, I would say 5 of those 10 sacks last week that we had were because Falk was holding the ball.
too
Yeah.
long, yeah.
Now, we did get – listen, I expect Dallas to try to feast, but I'm telling you, this is a weird game for Cowboys. They're traveling to New York. It's you got your biggest division game coming up next week at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic trap game.
Mhm.
And New York's getting Darnold back. They're going to be pumped up. And if New York has any hopes of doing anything this year, they have to win this game
Yeah.
because they're 1-4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
No. They're
0-5.
0-4.
0-4.
Yeah.
Because
They had the bye week.
Yeah, they had a bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have to win this game. You can't go 0-5.
No.
And I mean, the first game, I thought they were going to beat the Bills the first game. They lost.
Yeah.
Like 7, that was the only game that Darnold played, right? They lost like 17-16.
That's a player worth trading a couple first rounders for.
What?
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, they're not going to trade.
Yeah, they're not going to let
He's
him go, though.
He's a stud.
He's
Yeah.
a monster.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Jets in this one. If Le'Veon Bell is asking for a coming out party, this is going to be the game for him.
See, I can understand if you like take a hot take, but it's like just knowingly, willingly taking the Jets. That's ballsy.
Yeah,
Listen,
it just has
I
trap
don't-
game written all over it for me.
it has trap game all over it. What's the line?
It's 8.5.
8.5.
I like the Jets with the line. I don't know that they're going to win the game. I think it's going to be closer.
It's definitely
going
gonna
to
be close,
People
yeah.
think though.
Hmm.
To me, the Jets don't have a terrible defense, and I'm looking for Le'Veon to have a good day.
Yeah,
And I think that they're going to keep. Oh wow,
That's targeting.
That's gonna be a
he's
penalty.
gone.
He's gone.
You fucking moron. You idiot.
Yeah, targeting.
Yeah, he's ejected.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're going to throw him out.
Up right to the helmet. Player's ejected. Yep.
No, they're reviewing it for targeting.
He slid down like a pussy,
Mm-hmm.
but you still can't lead with your head. He definitely led with his head.
Yeah.
Wait, so is he out or?
Yeah,
They're reviewing it.
They'll look at it, but they're gonna throw him out.
Yeah, targeting
Crown,
rule. There you go.
Crown of his helmet.
You could do that in NFL without getting thrown out, unless
I
you're
don't know, that one.
unless you're
Vontaze
Vontaze Burfict. Yeah, that guy's an asshole.
The man was smiling after.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him smiling, but I understand what this dude's saying right there too, though. He's like, he just went down,
Yeah.
but he led with the crown of his head.
Yeah, but in college you don't have to touch the player.
Like that, you
you can't
just.
lead with the crown of your head, though. You led with the crown of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when the player's on the ground, the player's on the ground. It's not like he get up.
True.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
college
he's
it's a
down.
different
Yeah,
rule.
he's
Yeah.
down. But, it's tough, but he was already starting to go
Yeah.
before he went down. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still led with the crown of his head. He's definitely going to get ejected.
Yeah.
And you know what makes it worse is that he won't be able to play the first half of their next game either.
Probably
No,
not.
But it's the
And
second half.
you know what makes us worse? That Oklahoma's gonna have a wide open field to throw to now because he was their captain.
Yep, throw it.
Goodbye.
Yep. Gone.
Yep. So that might suck for your spread. I hope not. That
Let's relax.
yeah.
Come on, Roach.
Yeah, he's a captain. Whew.
Let's see. Steelers at Chargers.
Chargers.
I don't know with this one either. This one's tough.
It's action.
Rudolph's not playing though, right? So
Yeah,
No.
that's true too.
Yeah.
That's a
Playing
good
for
point.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kid actually threw the ball decent.
From
but
Stanford, yeah.
I just don't. To me, it's a Chargers.
Yeah, I'll
should
take
win that
Chargers.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
Lions at Packers.
This is a tough one now.
Monday night.
This should be a good game.
What's the line?
I have no clue. I'll look.
At Packers, it's got to be 6, I bet.
I think so. I still don't know how we beat the Packers. It's crazy. We never beat that team.
Played well.
Yeah, we did.
I think this is a high-scoring game.
It's 4.
It's 4.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I was gonna say I like the Lions if it was like 6.
Yeah.
4 is right around where I think it's gonna be. I think Green Bay's gonna win by like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the Lions with an upset. I think the Lions being the
could.
divisional game, and they came into Philly and did their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we beat the Packers. You know what? Give me the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lions are a good football team, especially second year with Matt Patricia. And they've shown they can do pretty well.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's kind of look like his old self. So
Devontae Adams is probably not playing.
no, they already said he's out.
Yeah.
So he's definitely out. Okay.
Yeah.
He was killing us, like literally destroying us. Wow, this is crazy
Flea
play right here.
flicker.
Uh-oh.
He's wide.
Wow.
Wow.
Tackle him.
To the house.
All right, good.
No.
Tackle him. That's fine.
To the Oh my God. To the house.
Wow.
Oh my God. 4 guys around him. I'm like, all right, yeah, tackle him. What the fuck just happened?
Their captain's out. This might change.
Jesus Christ.
He was a D lineman though.
Yeah, but he's bringing the pressure.
That's crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah.
What just happened? The dude's name's CD.
Watch
We
this
already
game-
went over this dude's name.
Watch this game go over now.
Yeah. Right.
That was such a terrible job of tackling. Right
Yeah,
there.
that was bad.
Yeah.
At one point, there's 4 guys around him. Hold on, wait for it. After he makes
Wide
the first
open.
move.
Right here, he's in a
now.
box.
Right now. What's going on?
They're just looking at him.
That's terrible.
That is bad.
Red River shootout. We're still going to call it the shootout. Now 17-10, Oklahoma.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to be a shootout.
Sorry, 16-10.
Yeah.
We might get thrown off the air for saying that, but shootout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll be fine.
We'll be all right.
Zuckerberg's always watching.
Yeah. Anything else?
Zuck.
Anything else we want to talk about
Can't
before we
believe his
roll
name's
out?
CD, that's amazing. Big CD fans back in the day.
Yeah, I do want to say something.
Why'd you name your son CD? Well, we were listening to R. Kelly on CD when he
Oh
was
wow.
conceived, so.
I do want to say something. I will not be here next week. I'll be in Dallas for the Eagles game.
Birds.
Yep. Let's go Birds. And yeah, and another thing, the Yankees start their World Series trip tonight. They're gonna beat
World
the Houston.
Series trip.
Well, this is the World Series. You know, whichever team's gonna win the series is gonna win the. They're gonna win the World Series. So this is the real World Series tonight.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe
that's
that
true,
too.
as well.
Yeah. So the Yankees start their road to number 28 tonight, and I can't wait for that.
All right.
I
gonna be
hope
fun.
Ricky throws a gem tonight.
Yeah,
Fucks Kyle's weekend up
he's
nice and hard.
he's unbearable in press conferences. Like if you watched that press conference
Who's
yesterday,
Ricky?
yeah.
Well, first off, that makes sense because he always was crazy talented when he was back on KC, but for like 3 years, he was like he has like really bad what am I trying to say? Like he's like social anxiety or some shit. Like really bad. He like sat out for like half a year one time because he was depressed.
Yeah.
He's a little strange cat, that Grinky.
No, because
cat.
a reporter was like, "So how you feeling about pitching in game one?" He's like, "It's awesome, dude."
That was it?
Then we're like, next question.
He's a strange cat, that Grinky. He's good though.
Yeah.
He's damn good.
Yeah, he is. The press conferences lasted 2 minutes.
Jesus.
They're like, get this guy off the stage.
Yeah, get him out of here.
I think Marshawn Lynch lasted longer than he did.
Well, the Phillies press conference with Clentek and everyone was supposed to be 20 minutes. It ended up being an hour.
Well, yeah, because it was so stale from what I heard.
Oh my God, it was brutal.
Yeah,
It
like
was bad. I don't think Clentak answered a question.
No.
He would like, they would ask a question and he'd be like, well, you see, when you got guys that are getting around guys and then they get around guys and then we'll see. And I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? He didn't say anything.
And then McVale's like, oh, well, our ticket sales went up this year and we're selling.
well, obviously you got fucking Harper.
Yeah, right.
What got me the most is he said they tried saying like one of the biggest problems we had this year wasn't any of the new guys we brought in. It was the guys that were already there.
Yeah.
It was the carryover guys. Well, those are all guys that you fucking have brought up through the system.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I do got to say something else because Greg did bring up something on Facebook, which I'll own too. I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl this year. All right. I'll own up to that one. All right. Because I like the combination of Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell.
So they're back. They're back. Let's go.
Yeah, but you know what? They have so many holes now. Like, I mean, I got to own up to that. It was a really bad pick. I did pick the Eagles on the other side, though. So they're still in it right now.
You might have screwed us.
It's possible. I don't know. I just thought that the Patriots were on a decline because of Tom Brady's age.
I don't see how they win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't either.
Granted, their defense is incredible.
Yeah.
But they don't have the weapons, and I don't think their running game is good enough to carry them.
No.
And Tom is just not. He's getting too old. He's getting old. He's getting very old.
Yeah, he is. He looked terrible the other night. I mean, I was seeing Joker again. Great movie, by the way. I was seeing Joker for the second time. I was looking at the score. I was like, wow, he's terrible. He threw for like 334 yards, but none of it made sense from what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he threw some nice balls in the second half. First half, he looked bad.
He looked real bad in the first half.
He threw 2 interceptions in the red zone that were brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, where are you throwing that ball?
And one of Edelman's completions was almost an overthrow, from what I'm hearing.
Well, that if the late one is what you're talking about,
Yeah.
that was actually a really good ball because he had to throw it over the corner.
Right.
But I mean, Edelman made a nice diving catch on the play.
Yeah, he did.
But it was a good ball though. He threw some really good balls in the second half. First half, he looked bad.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the Giants defense has been letting guys run wide open on them all year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're struggling against that D, that's not good.
Right. Yeah, no.
Now, granted, they don't play them a lot. You know, it's an NFC team. They play them once every 4 years. So, but it's still, you shouldn't struggle against that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a fun stat before we leave. Greinke was out on New York and Philly because of the market and intense fans. Like, he couldn't deal with it.
That makes sense.
Because he's a pussy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Both of the fan bases, Philly and New York. This is why my Yankee and Eagles fandom ties in, because both of the fan bases are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Like, if you're in the bleachers for the playoff game, there's beer flying everywhere.
Oh,
like, it's what
probably.
you expect.
I like that.
Yeah, I do
like that
too.
too.
Like, if it happened in Philly, though, it'd make headlines. It'd be like, crazy Philly fans throw beer.
Right.
True.
Where's Santa Claus? Man. All right.
Yeah, that's it for us on our end of the weekly roundup. I'm your host, Jake Friel, Kyle Meager, Ralph Delvecchio on the ones and twos, Brian Wilson. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We have shows every week throughout the platform. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Please, if you haven't already, please follow us on our podcast forums, Spreaker, Spotify. We just got on iHeartRadio.
As well, yeah.
I think there's another one I'm missing.
Spotify?
Periscope.
But yeah, Periscope.
Spotify.
Follow us on all social medias. And as always, check you out on another episode of the Weekly Roundup.
Let's go, Birds.
Yep. We got these.